Negative twice. Excuse me while I put my gloves on. Actually, hang on. There's something I really want to get to before I forget, and it's about the movie. This movie takes place in Chicago, and there is a scene. I love Chicago. I'm in Chicago all the time. There's a scene in this movie where two characters are stuck outside on a rooftop in downtown Chicago on the high floor of a pretty fucking tall-ass downtown Chicago building during a blizzard. And this is obviously a winter movie. And the two characters are no coats or anything, and are reacting as if it's just like a brisk, like, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 degrees outside. They're smoking a joint, and everything's perfectly fine in winter in Chicago during a blizzard with no coats on the top of a fucking skyscraper.
No.
That is the most unrealistic thing in this entire film.
Yeah.
In this entire movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw Office Christmas Party.
Meh.
Yeah. I mean, it does have some laughs to it. It does, because it has a talented cast. And this movie never lifts a finger to go beyond mildly passable.
Yeah.
It never does anything extra at all. It's just, we got a bunch of funny people to be in the movie, so of course there's going to be some laughs in it. But beyond that, nothing extra. Nothing. Just Jason Bateman plays the sarcastic guy.
There's a surprise, right?
Yeah. T.J. Miller's the party guy. Rob Corddry's Rob Corddry. Kate McKinnon is weird. Olivia Munn's miscast.
That's typical.
Yeah. So everyone's filling their jobs. There's a couple performances that really do stand out strong in this movie. And it's not that the people who are playing what you're usually used to seeing them play in movies, like Jason Bateman. He's not bad in the movie, because he's great at playing that part. T.J. Miller's a guy who I find very funny. But they're just being what...
Yeah, they're going through their motions.
Yeah, that's exactly what this movie is doing. And it never, ever, ever wants to go beyond that.
No, and we were talking before the movie that this Christmas get-together party kind of thing is going to be a thing.
Uh-huh.
And now, after seeing this, it's going to be a thing. I'm more convinced now than ever.
I'm fine with that as long as the movie's really good. I mean, this is a movie that honestly could have been a great comedy. It could have. The plot synopsis is perfectly fine. It definitely has the cast. This is a movie that if it had... I don't know, if it had like who's someone who could really have done something with this? I mean, if it had like a Wes Anderson behind it or something like that, I don't know.
Wes Anderson's Office Christmas Party.
I would actually kind of like to see that, honestly, because there were some slow motion shots in this movie where I was like, oh yeah, I could see someone maybe tackling this, but if it was more risky business, like, if it was a little more something like that, where there's something a little grounded in the film, maybe. I mean, maybe Wes Anderson's a bad example, but I don't know, just someone who could sink their teeth into this film.
Yeah, well, this is one of those that I think that they let the actors just kind of do their own thing.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, we didn't stay for all of them, but of course there was like bloopers at the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing there was probably at least one time on there where it was going through 5 or 6, 7 takes where it was someone saying the same line.
Uh-huh.
Oh, let's try it this way. Let's try it this way, and just trying new things. But you've seen it before. You've seen this movie before. Maybe not the same. Maybe not the same premise, but it's just you get a bunch of talented people, throw it all against the wall. You have a basic plot, where it's basically there's a brother and sister and the sister's trying to shut down the brother's branch of this company, and so they have to basically throw a dope ass party to get to land this deal. And you just know where it's gonna go. It's like, well, shit's gonna hit the fan, you know, and you know where everything's gonna go. It ends how you think it's gonna end. You know who's gonna get together. There is some funny stuff involving office relationships that got a few chuckles. The baby stuff was kind of funny to me. The guy that kept calling the girl
that got a laugh. The movie does have some laughs.
You will laugh some, especially if you like these actors.
Yeah, but it has the amount of laughs that you would automatically expect from this, and nothing more beyond that.
And it doesn't try.
No.
It's unfortunate.
No, it really, really doesn't. I mean, this is the kind of movie where there's just really lazy shit that happens in it. The HR lady farts in the boardroom meeting. Yeah. There's a pimp.
Though, can I say something about the farting? I actually thought that was someone in the theater at first.
Did you really?
Just for a half second. And then, of course, because it just kind of happened, and then nothing happened right after that. I'm like, was that somebody in here?
Oh.
And then of course, Kate McKinnon goes, and then she goes into exposition style, telling me how she farts when she gets nervous. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why. Maybe I just wasn't into the movie yet. You know, because I never really got there.
Once she kind of started, once she laughed and said she farted, like, I didn't think it was anyone in the theater necessarily. There was a decent amount of people in there, but, no, it's got this pimp character who the joke is she's like a young looking party girl who waves around a gun and talks street. There's an Uber driver who's Fortune Feimster in the movie stops dead every time she shows up in this to again talk street. Everyone talks like everyone in this movie. Either they're characters who talk street when you don't expect them to talk street, or they all just, you know, they say cocksucker, motherfucker, dipshit, suck my cock. Every single character like that over and over and over again. And beyond that too, like it's just the kind of jokes you would expect out of this. It's the kind of movie that, I don't know if it's the case with this, but it's the kind of thing that you usually get when you have a script or a sketch or something that's written by like a liberal arts major who's never had a bad day in their life and they consider themselves to be a satirist. Like, that's kind of what you'll probably get here. But again, I mean, it has a solid cast, so every once in a while it would get something out of me. But the strongest people in the movie are Jennifer Aniston, who I thought was great in the film.
Well, you know, anytime she's allowed to play bitch, it's fun. I mean, any movie she's allowed to be mean, just because she's always had that nice girl delivery. So getting to hear that nice girl delivery turn really mean is fun. So yeah, she was great in this. The scene with the little girl,
that was great. I laughed out loud at that.
I think that might have been my favorite part of the movie. And I guess we'll spoil it, right? Why not?
Is there really anything to spoil in this?
Not really. She's in the airport and she's really mad because all her flights are getting canceled and everything. And she gets back to her seat and her Cinnabon is gone. And I've never had one, but I've heard they're fucking
amazing.
Delicious.
Yeah, so, I would have done the same thing.
She was pretty pissed, and there's a little girl sitting across from her saying, or she asked the little girl, "Did you eat my Cinnabon?" And the girl's like, you know, got frosting all over her face. You know. So Jennifer Aniston, the joke is basically she calls Santa and tells her to forget the girl and forget Christmas, and the girl's reaction just was this dead stare of, I believe this woman. You know?
Yeah, that was a funny scene. That was a funny scene. You got Courtney B. Vance playing very much against type in the movie, and he starts out as kind of a Courtney B. Vance kind of character, but you've seen it in the trailer. Like, he eventually like gets coked out of his mind in this, and he has some funny stuff in there because it's fun, especially coming off of American Crime Story. It's fun to see him coked out of his head and like injuring himself and shit. I know who I was thinking of who could actually make something out of this and make it feel good. I was struggling to come up with earlier, and I was thinking it in the theater, and then when we were reviewing it, I'm like, I'm losing the name of it escaped my head. Mike Judge. Could have really done something with this.
Yeah. I think he would have fleshed out the characters just a little more.
Oh yeah, because the characters in this movie are, when they're not the usual type of characters that you see from like Jason Bateman or T.J. Miller or people like that, they're sketch characters. You know, there's the dweeby guy who tells everyone he has a girlfriend, but he really doesn't, so he gets a prostitute. The prostitute shows up and just gives everybody hand jobs. And Kate McKinnon is just...
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah, and either you like that or you don't, but like, I've now seen her in 3 movies where she's doing the exact same goddamn fucking thing.
Kind of that deadpan delivery.
Which is...
odd delivery, maybe. I guess you want an odd deadpan. I don't even know what to call it.
I don't either, other than it works in sketches.
Yeah.
In sketches, it totally works.
But not for a whole movie.
For a full-length movie, and this is the 3rd thing that I've seen with her as kind of a major character in, and it's the same thing, where she's kind of doing a character that you would expect to see in probably a pretty funny sketch.
Yeah.
But in a full-length movie, and I'm seeing this, what's going through my head is this person a robot? And someone spilled a drink on their circuits and they're malfunctioning? Like, it's odd and weird, and like, you know what, a lot of people like it when she does that in movies, but it hasn't landed for me yet. But when I see her in sketches, she's very funny.
Yeah.
Because stuff like this works in a sketch.
Yeah.
And in this, and look, I know people play similar characters in comedies all the time. I mean, Jason Bateman, it's different when it's a character you like.
Yeah.
It is. Then you don't kind of mind seeing it again. But with Jason Bateman, though, regardless of the fact that Jason Bateman has played a similar kind of smarmy, sarcastic character like this, that feels like a person that would exist in real life.
Right. Well, with Jason Bateman, though, you've seen range from him.
Totally.
So when you've seen range from an actor like Jason Bateman, like The Gift. Yeah, like The Gift was what I was going to allude to. You've seen that range. You can allow them to go back to the wheelhouse. Go back to that sarcastic character. That Spelling Bee movie, was it Bad Words? I love that movie.
That was a really damn good movie.
And he's basically kind of the same sarcastic kind of character. He is,
but a lot darker in that. Yeah. Like, it's a much darker, more heavily R-rated version.
I don't mean he was that bad, like, mean, but he was just that sarcastic. I'm the sarcastic one,
But in a much more vulgar movie. Not that, I mean, this movie's vulgar too, but Jason Bateman is definitely the straight man in this movie. But he is a lot.
I'm just saying, though, if you say, he can go back to that because he's done other things, but then you got someone like Kate McKinnon who hasn't done anything else yet.
Well, maybe she hasn't, I just haven't seen it.
But I know the same, I've seen the same movies you've seen her in this year.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if maybe she's popped up and
what I'm saying
is some other stuff.
Is that, I haven't seen anything else other than Saturday Night Live and then what she's been in this year that I can think of.
She got more laughs out of me out of this than in Masterminds and Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Well, the idiot in me enjoyed Masterminds, but she was definitely, I thought she was okay. She played that little bit part of hers okay. Yeah. I thought the clothing the clothing store fight was kind of funny, but she did not help to really carry that movie either. Ghostbusters,
I sat there like, I don't know what your deal is. Like, what is happening?
Why are you this nuts?
Yeah, honestly, like I need just a little more context for the nuttiness. A little, fucking slightly.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing her, if it happens, seeing her do something different. Because I'd like to see her do something different.
No, I would too.
And if that happens, and then you can go back to
She clearly has talent. She definitely has talent. If I saw the character that she played in this movie in a 5-minute sketch where she's God, I mean, a sketch TV writer could write a sketch with this character in their sleep. The goofy HR lady, you know, that, okay, I'm sure that's been done 800 times on a SNL type show, but even with that being said, like, I could see that character working with that same exact performance in something that's about 5 minutes long.
And that would be more than enough.
Yeah, totally. And then SNL would bring it back about 500 times.
And then when she guest starred later on, if she became bigger, you know, they would.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what else to say about the movie.
There's nothing to say. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be the typical. If you saw what was the Seth Rogen movie from last year, The Night Before? Right?
Dave and Brian liked that one a lot.
You know, I thought that movie was okay for what it was. I mean, of course, Seth Rogen gets high. All the, you know, it's all the same tropes and everything. But if you've seen something like that and enjoy it, you probably enjoy this. You're not going to get anything special out of this. I didn't get anything special out of that one. I thought it was okay, and I didn't get really anything special out of this one either. I wanted it to be better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to the theater to see it.
No, this is a movie that I laughed enough for me to say it would be worth a rental.
Yeah.
Or a Netflix watch or something like that. That's about it. There's no reason to see it in the theater, and if you pay theater prices to go see this because you like the people in it, you're gonna be disappointed. You're not gonna hate it. It's not terrible.
No, it's not like Medea Christmas Party.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. And it's. I like this way better than I liked Masterminds. Yeah. But like, but no, there's really gonna be nothing extra here for you to say like, boy, that was really worth the $12 I paid to go see this.
Not at all.
Really. So. Yeah, that's Office Christmas Party. You got anything else? I don't think I got anything for this.
Yeah. Don't waste your time. Theater, rent it. It'll be out on DVD soon, I'm sure.
There's so much more. There's so many better party movies that you can see, like shenanigans movies, because I do generally like shenanigans movies where they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want. There's absolutely no legal repercussions whatsoever, and there's not in this film.
No.
This movie ends with like a drunk driving chase with a crash that knocks out the internet in Chicago, and he just walks out of the hospital the next day like, oh well, nothing happened. You go about your day, you like, and you know what? That's fine. Like shenanigans movies can be fucking hilarious, but there's better ones you could be watching. You could be watching you could be watching Weird Science, Revenge of the Nerds, which I mean the whole some of the plot of this movie is kind of like in Revenge of the Nerds when they threw the party to impress the lamb to impress Bernie Casey. Watch, I put in Risky Business. Yeah. Like, there's so much better movies, like party movies than this, that do something other than, wouldn't it be funny if people are doing a bunch of debauchery on camera and we have funny people in it, so that's sure to make gold. It doesn't. Like, this is a movie where the party itself goes from 0 to 50 in like 10 minutes.
Well, thank you, Snowblower Cocaine.
Which really only seemed to hit Courtney B. Vance.
Yeah, like, I was confused by that myself.
Yeah, like, I'm not kidding. This party goes from, like, 0 to Caligula in, like, 10 minutes for really no reason. It just kind of does.
Because plot.
Yeah. Oh, I will say I did enjoy it better than Sisters.
I don't even want to get started on that movie. Yeah, that I would definitely recommend this one over that one.
Yeah, this movie, it knows when to quit. It knows to keep it under 2 hours. Yeah. It knows when to quit, and also there's way less of the Line-O-Rama bullshit in this. Yeah. There's way less of that bullshit. So I'm like, well, okay, it didn't overstay its welcome. Yeah. I'll give it that.
So yeah, there's better, there's worse. This is middle of the road. Mm-hmm. You know, take it for what it is.
Yeah.
You know, but like we said, I don't waste your money at the theater.
No.
Just trust us. Don't. Free on Netflix, great. Rental, okay.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Theater, you'll be wanting your money back.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think I don't know if you'll be like, I demand my money back.
I'm not saying they're gonna give it to you, but you just be like, why did I spend money on this again?
Yeah, we got Nocturnal Animals coming up next. You probably already noticed because it'll be the video of this. See it.